This is exciting.
It's a beautiful shirt you have for the occasion.
Thank you. This is my brother Tommy made this.
What year?
I don't. He was probably in his 20s, so that was a long time ago.
So the 1920s.
Yeah, definitely 19s.
Great
the
Depression
1900s,
era.
So probably the 80s.
Did he cut the sleeves or did you cut the sleeves?
He did it.
So that was a sweatshirt originally.
It was a sweatshirt.
And he cut the neck pretty deep.
Cut the neck. But
Why didn't he give you a little cleavage?
Well, this is his shirt.
Oh.
This isn't for me.
Got it.
So
why didn't he give himself a little
Or maybe
cleavage?
it was my sister Kathleen. I don't remember, but so he made a bunch of them.
Okay.
Because him and my older sister Kathleen, Tommy's an artist.
Was he going to the B-52? It says the B-52s. Was he going to see
going.
a show?
Yes.
Okay.
Punk rock. He was into it.
B-52s is a big punk rock band.
Is it not punk rock? You know what I mean? Wait, what is it called? I always called him punk rock because he would do his hair weird.
I don't know if you understand what punk rock is.
It's wrong. Wait,
it's
come
the
on.
Sex Pistols, B-52s.
But what is it called? Shut up.
Same genre.
What is it called? Why am I saying it wrong?
Like pop rock?
No, English.
English New Wave?
Maybe something like that. But we always called them punk idiots because we didn't listen to any of that.
And you're walking
Punk
through Philly and you see a guy.
That would freak us out, right? So when he's listening to this,
you're
we're
like
hardcore hip hop.
He's lost it. Tommy's
we're
lost
like,
it. He's in with a bad
crazy.
crowd. These B-52 fans are
crazy.
crazy.
And so, we're hardcore, whatever. So they love it. And
Love Shack.
He made all these. He got me into it because he took me to a concert.
How was it?
It was great. And it was, I never saw anything like that.
Are they good performers?
Very good. Excellent, actually. So I got hooked.
They wear costumes?
But I was young. I was like, 9. I'm like, what is that? It's stupid. It sounds stupid,
You're like, this is punk shit. It's crazy.
Some kind of punk English nonsense.
Let me get in that mosh pit.
So is English New Wave? No, there's another word I remember he used to say it. And we used to tease him that he danced a certain way.
Are they from? They're not from England, are they?
Yeah.
They are?
They're from Athens, Georgia.
Yeah. What are you talking about, English?
Why did I make them
You're
English?
completely confused. You went to a different show.
No, I definitely went to the B-52s.
You went to the L-52s or something.
But the B-52s, yeah, I know all their music. So
but you
I
think
made
they're
them
from
English.
England.
I was very
You think they're
young.
a British punk band?
That's it. That's what I put them in. That's the category
British
I
punk
put them
music,
in.
yeah.
I literally have no idea who they really are because I was young. I didn't care, but I liked the artwork. And I loved the little wigs.
You've been assuming wrong for so long.
But he also was like so into Bowie, so maybe that's why I put them all in the same category.
Okay.
What was that? Elton
Your brother likes
John.
pageantry.
Like glam?
Oh, what's that?
Glam rock?
Glam rocky.
Is that- yeah.
Because he would dress up. All his friends would dress up.
Glam
and
Rocky,
go
isn't that
to
a cross-dressing show in Philly?
Maybe. I don't know. He took me to a lot of weird shit. My brother Tommy, very odd. He took me to the B-52s. He took, the movie where you could watch and throw things at each other?
Rocky Horror?
Rocky Horror Picture Show. And I was 12. I was like, what is this? This is crazy. And then he got on stage. My sister got on stage. It was bizarro. I was like, this is fucking wild. And I think I was with one of my Marios.
Eleanor dated a lot of Marios, for those of you. The rest of us call it Mario, but to Eleanor, it's Mario.
How do you guys say the name Mario?
Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Super Mario Brothers.
Not Super Mario.
Super Mario Brothers.
That would be MARRY-IO.
Mar. What do you got? Mar. You call him Mar? Hey, Mar.
Well, no,
what are you doing,
you just
Mar?
say Mario. That's the full name.
No. You want me to call 8 of them right now?
Or Rio.
They'll be like, my name's Mario.
Well, that's
where are you in
in
another
the
country?
stupid place
are
you're
you with
from.
that English punk band?
Yeah, you also say wooder for water.
That's
so let's
true.
Let's not say Philly is the
How
place
dare you?
for pronunciation.
Last time you said clothes, like instead of clothes.
Clues.
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 It's very ooze. I remember I was in an acting class.
Mario.
Have I talked about this
Yeah,
on
you've told
here?
me about it. Your Shakespeare class.
No.
You said Rameo.
No,
We're
but I
for
was
Ortho.
in a Shakespeare class, and I was one of the witches, and they made me take an American Standard English class.
Which was
They
warranted.
were like, we don't know what you're saying. I mean, I was doing Shakespeare in a fila suit in North Philly, and I don't understand what people were confused about.
They're like, are the Capulets in the fila suits, or is that the Montagues?
We don't pronounce it Capulets, we call them Capolos. We have to make everything Italian. It's so insane. But the lady goes, yeah, we don't understand you. And I'm like, fucking Shakespeare? You can't.
I'm with her.
I'm a problem?
Yeah.
So she put,
I'm sure then you were deeper in, too.
well, way deeper. And she goes, so I started taking American Standard English, and I would practice.
It's you and all people from foreign countries. You're like, where are you from? I'm from right down the street.
Hey, you guys know the B-52s are from London too.
People are like, hey, this woman, I don't understand over there. Huh? You're like, I'm
That's
from
where I
here.
met more Marios.
You went to school in Philadelphia.
It was Temple.
So you were
University.
right near home.
Oh, 100%.
But you had to learn to speak.
And they were like, yeah, well, you have to. So I'm in the American Standard English class, and I would practice while I was lifeguarding in a pool in South Philly. And I would blow the whistle, and I'd be like, get out of the water. The whole pool turned and
like,
looked.
boo.
What are you, having a stroke? What the fuck is wrong with
They
you?
brought a woman in from the suburb. Fuck you.
They just start throwing batteries to lifeguards.
100%.
They're like, these batteries are in the pool are always good to get that.
By the way,
action.
you can update that. We had a new incident.
What happened?
Oh, hot dogs?
Yeah, we had a $1 hot dog night.
Hot dogs?
Hot
Or whatever the
dogs.
fuck you said.
Well, I remember
Hat dog.
after doing the American Standard English class, I was in Philly. I'm at my friend's house, and I said something proper. I can't remember what, because I was practicing. And my friend Chris Casnet looked at me. He goes, "What do you want to go get a hoggy now?" Because instead of hoagie, I was like, "You motherfucker!" I go, "I'm trying to fucking learn."
He's like,
you know?
oh, you're getting uppity.
Oh, did they hate me when I was doing that?
Like,
Oh, they all.
you would
teased.
figure doing Shakespeare would probably not be their cup of tea either.
Yeah, because you know.
But
who
I
do
bet you didn't
Who
tell
do you
them.
think you are? You
You're
think
doing
you're better?
Shakespeare. So what happened with these hot dogs?
Where's he from? So it was $1 hot dog night.
Where?
Citizen Bank, Phillies game.
Okay.
$1 hot dog night, and they started throwing them at each other.
At the fans at
no,
each
at
other?
each other. It wasn't even like
Just a hot dog?
opposite teams. Look, this
Just-
is my favorite
Just
part.
a hot dog fight?
Unbelievable food fight. By the way, I was across the street while this was happening, and I couldn't imagine what was being so loud because right across the street is a carnival. Look, the hot dogs.
Just raining hot dogs.
$1 hot
Oh, in the buns.
Look at the
That guy
fanatic.
tried to catch it. Who's this guy? Robert Kristovich.
I don't know who
He's
he
like,
is.
oh, that guy looks like Seth Rogen.
He's probably
kind
the
of.
guy who came up with $1 hot dog night, so he's fired. Look.
Philly's this rich where $1, you can just throw the dollars around, making
Yeah.
it rain with hot dogs?
Yeah, $1 hot dog night chaos.
I usually bring hot dogs to strip clubs and throw them up at the ladies.
I just thought it was so fun. I was like, what is all the chaos? They're not even doing well, the Phillies.
So was were
Actually, I
they
do
losing?
think
If they were losing this game, they may have been just bored.
I do think they won that night. I don't. Look,
at
he's
these.
trying to catch him with his mouth.
You sent this
Idiot.
other video recently of some girl, like, giving like a jerk off sign.
Oh! You know what it is? It's what do they call that? A Broad Street or across Broad, which is a big street that divides.
Yeah.
Runs through South Philly. Goes all the. I don't know if it goes up to North Philly. Good question, Eleanor. Who goes outside of South Philly? Not me.
I just saw Kevin Hart. They introduced him as from North Philly on some show. I was
Oh
watching.
yeah, he's Broad Street. Yeah, the Broad Street line goes all the way up. Yeah, so I just don't know how far, whatever. And so, but in our neighborhood, it was like, oh, you're from that side of Broad, you're from the other side of Broad.
So that's the tracks.
Yeah, the side of Broad Street that I'm from
Bad
was
side.
the only one that had like we were the only ones that had cable because we had all the wires.
So you're
they
from
couldn't
the
even
good.
get it.
You're from the
on
good
other
side.
Yeah.
The good side is illegal
So,
cable.
If you,
What's the bad side have? Nothing.
It was, I don't know. I mean, my brother Jimmy's the one who told me this, so I don't know how true it is. Anyway,
It's like they're so poor over there they can't even steal cable like us.
but yeah, and so the flyers used to be on Prism, which was like equivalent of HBO.
Okay.
And the flyers, you could only watch them on Prism. So everybody on the other side of Broad Street had to come to our side to watch the game if they wanted.
So how does this relate to the girl doing the jerk off?
Oh, I don't know. So I'm assuming that's where they came up with this other side of Broad Street.
But what was she
clip.
doing? I didn't watch it with sound. She was just like, some guy asked her a question and she's like, ugh.
Oh, you didn't watch it with sound, you idiot.
No.
I have to find it now. I don't know where it is.
It's not that
I
important.
didn't send it. Somebody else sent it.
I thought these
in
were
our
family
thread.
members of you.
No, somebody in our thread sent it, and I go, "Oh, those are my nieces,"
Oh,
as a joke.
It's Mario's daughter.
God forbid.
That's
I hope she's not doing it. She's very talented. But
that's Denario.
shut up. You know, I'm sorry I didn't grow up prim and proper like the rest of you fucks in this room.
My
Like,
mom has a thick Boston accent, and she said for
Really?
years that she wants to do accent elimination classes. And I'm like, you're 70 years old. Like, what?
Are you
why now?
excited? I'm so excited.
Whoa.
Oh, what is that?
Sorry.
I like this.
Who's that?
I'm trying to find the video and I can send it to them. But
Please do.
yeah, because with sound it's so much better.
What
The
does
girls-
she say? What are you, Mario? Get out of here.
No, it's basically like her explaining how you talk to people.
If you want to hear where Eleanor learned to speak, watch Mayor of Eastwick.
No, that's Mayor of Easttown. That's the
Easttown.
suburbs.
No, but that's how she talks like you.
No, it's deep in the suburbs.
She learned how to speak from
That's
watching you.
Deep, deep, deep.
Is that
suburbs.
Delco, whatever that means?
Yeah, even I think it's even further than that. But Delco, Delaware County, yes,
Okay.
is
Some people from Delaware though have like thick, like hick accents. Like,
because it's right there. But we
then
just
you got
don't
Joe B, Joe
claim
Biden.
it. Joe B's from there.
He's
Yeah.
got a senile accent.
Wait, is he Delco or is he?
Isn't he from Delaware? I don't know.
No, he's from Pennsylvania. I thought he ran in Delaware.
Oh, got it.
I believe.
Oh, who cares?
My grandma saw him speak when he was young. She loved him.
They hook up.
No, but she
Oh.
was like, "This guy's amazing."
He's better than the Mario.
Shut up. My grandma didn't talk like that. I don't know if she had an accent. I guess she did. I don't know. All right, I'll look for the
I'm
video.
going to assume everybody in your life has that accent.
You know what?
Is there anyone who has none?
No accent?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you can't even hear it.
Exactly. I think I'm biased. Like one time I took my mom to the doctor's, and it's just it's a general practice, so it's right in the neighborhood. And this guy was glorious.
It's in the back
Dr.
of
Baldino.
in the back of a Chinese food restaurant.
Amazing. No, it was a little.
Shout out to Dr. Baldino. Does he
Dude,
still practice?
I don't know if he's still around. God loved him. Gorgeous, stunning. The only reason I would go with my mother.
He is stunning?
He was absolutely gorgeous.
Really?
Jet black hair, and he would chew gum the whole time he was talking to
Would
you.
he wear a leather jacket?
If he did, no one would say anything. He literally was like, "So what's the problem?"
Dr.
And he would
Fonzie? Why
fucking
is he
chew.
chewing gum?
I don't know, but he was my grandma loved him. She was like, "Oh, I love to go to Dr. Baldino's." He was on Rittner, 15th and Rittner.
Did all the
That's
women
not
take
him.
their tops off? And he's like, I'm
That's
not
the guy,
that kind of
that's
doctor.
my guy. No, that didn't look like him.
Dr. Vinny Baldino.
He's dark.
Is
but
that him?
No, that's not what he looked like.
There's two Dr. Baldinos?
It's a long time. There's probably a million of them. But you have to put South Philly specifically because that's a different world. It really is a different world.
I hope this guy's got long,
Dr.
flowing
Vinny
hair.
Baldino, that sounds more like it.
Dr.
But,
Vinny Boom Bats.
but he probably passed because he was older, I believe, than my mom. But he was so gorgeous. So, I mean, he was.
Wasn't he a part-time model?
If he was alive, he would be in his 90s.
He's like, I
late
can't
90s.
see you today. I got a modeling gig.
My grandmother would go, "Oh, he's handsome, huh?"
Was he married?
Probably. Who
Was he-
cared?
was
we
he
were just
hooking up with
watching him chew
patients?
gum. We were just watching him chew gum.
If you went in and he wasn't chewing gum, would you be like, this is bad news?
He's pissed off. He's upset.
It's a bad day for Dr.
Yeah,
Baldino.
none of them are him. So he probably doesn't have a profile. None of our business. He's probably
What
not a
about
real doctor.
What about Dr. Mario? Yeah, he definitely was not a practicing doctor.
But I was sitting in there with my mom, and we're in the office, and a girl that I grew up with.
There he is.
Dr. Mario.
There's Dr. Baldino. So handsome.
He did have a mustache sometimes. He was gorgeous.
He'd get the gum and the
He was
mustache. He
stunning,
blew a
this
bubble.
man. And
I bet he was hot as hell.
so another friend that I grew up with came in, and she was with her mom, and we're sitting there talking, and
Is this the hangout
my
spot?
accent came back full force.
This is like the local barber shop.
Pretty much.
You hear Dr. Baldino's?
Well, I was visiting, and my mom happened to have a doctor's appointment.
And you're like,
so
oh,
I
if
go,
I
"I'll
want to see
walk
this guy's
over.
hot as hell, I
I'll
want to go
walk
over there.
with you. I'll go see Dr. Baldino. And
You're like, let me put on my miniskirt.
but me and the girl started talking, and my accent came back so strong.
We were in Dr. Baldino's
And
office. Where else would
I'm
it come
trying to
back?
get laid, and so my mom goes, "Oh, look who reverted back to type."
Oh,
Wow.
that's a low blow.
Jeez.
Low blow.
My
She's
mom's
like,
hardcore.
oh, California liberal
She
coming
don't
home.
fuck around, my mom. She'll cut your feet off.
And then she's
man.
like, you're not coming in. You're not coming in with me to embarrass me in front of
Don't
Dr.
you dare
B.
try to embarrass me.
In front of a
There's
hot-
so many videos in our thread that I can't figure out
Just-
what.
We'll do it.
Yeah,
another
we're gonna
time.
let it
Who
go.
cares? Just some girl jerking off in the Philly streets.
No, she was like, you gotta, if people, it was something about the Eagles too. Like, if you don't agree with the Eagles, you go, bleh.
She
or
was
something like
tiny
that.
and doing a male jerk off sign in front of her private
It
area.
was,
It was
her-
classy.
all of a sudden you're cleaning it
I
up.
am clean. I'm
You're
going
gonna
clean.
clean it up.
I'm on a
Okay.
cleanse, a language cleanse.
God, there's so
From
many
talking to you.
pictures in here too. You're on a cleanse. All right. So what? So you don't? You didn't get the Boston accent, or did you?
No,
just,
I grew up in the suburbs. Some people in my town had it, but most did not.
That's so
The
annoying.
New Hampshire and Maine accents are actually stronger than the Boston accent,
I
if you can believe it.
New Hampshire, yeah, Cape Coda's,
Like Maine?
yeah, Maine gets wild.
Yeah, my town really no one had it. Both my parents, my dad's is less, my mom's is severe.
One of my favorite comics is Bob Marley, and his accent's
what about
pretty thick.
Lenny Clark?
Lenny Clark's good. Lenny's pretty thick too, but Bob Marley has
Burr
a harsh,
still has one a little bit.
slight. Yeah, his is slight.
Rogan
you can
has a
hear it when
strong
he
one.
gets angry.
That's a joke.
Rogan used to do a bit about he hated the accent so much, and like especially when girls had it, like he couldn't fuck me had it. Like it was.
Louis
I
C.K. had a
remember
bit about learning in sex ed, like her vagina, because
her vagina.
they take R's out, but
Yes,
they add them to
yes,
A words.
yes,
Like
yes.
pizza, I had a teacher would say, like, today's pizza day.
Isn't that more New York too?
I think New York's not that far off from the Boston accent.
True. New York
Similar.
does the R. Because my ex used to say his last name completely wrong.
What do you say?
His name was Branca, and he would say, I'm Bill Branker. And I'm
I
like,
didn't know you dated
why would
Bill
you put an
Brank-
R?
I didn't know you dated Bill Brankard.
it's my first ex-fiance.
We
you know
need
Miss
a
Branker?
ex-fiance of Eleanor Kerrigan documentary where
His
they all
uncle
talk
was
about
Ralph Branca, the shot heard around the world.
you. And what is that? Civil War?
You don't know baseball?
Revolutionary War?
Oh, baseball. Bobby Thompson hit the homer off him.
Nothing.
I hate you. Oh, but pick on me.
What year is this? Like
A
1930?
long, long time
Yeah, I
ago,
don't
but
know
it's still
fucking-
baseball.
What, do you want me to go to Cooperstown and study your ex-fiance's family?
Did you know Jackie Robinson?
Yeah, I met him
He was on the
personally.
team.
My best friend.
I mean, that's a big deal. You're looking hard for this, Rob. I
Trying to
feel
find it.
terrible.
I'm trying to find it.
I don't know what. I mean, I know who sent it, but
Please stop looking
there's
it up.
so many goddamn videos in here. Y'all keep sending the picture of that guy like this. What is that from? The soccer?
I think it's an NBA game. It's a mad Indian man.
No, it was soccer, definitely.
Was it?
Yeah, soccer. And
But
he
you
just,
also think B-52s is a British
all right,
pop,
goodbye.
pop
All right, I'm
punk
leaving.
band.
This is first of all, waking up today, everything went wrong. So obviously, I don't know why I always thought they were from England. That's so bad.
And
All right,
you've
let's
seen
get
them.
into
You
what
saw
we-
them perform. Did they not have English
I
accents?
did. I saw
They're
them at. That
They're
was a
like,
famous
hello,
theater."
Philadelphia. Bloody good to be here.
Bloody good to be. Oh, I can't even think of the name of the theater they played in Philadelphia, and it was small. It was a small venue.
The Dollar Hot Dog Theater?
Yes, we're getting into today's episode is about.
A legend. Bob
You could call him a
Ross.
legend. He is.
I will call him a legend.
I
just
wore my
did.
hair curly for this. To this isn't a perm.
In the doc, it's called. Let me get the actual title here for everybody.
Happy accidents.
It's called Happy Accidents, Betrayal, and Greed.
Betrayal and greed is so underneath that it should be at the top, though. It should be betrayal and greed. Bob Ross, happy accident.
And there's a bombshell that he did have a perm. They admitted
He
it.
admitted that
His
he
son-
had a fucking perm.
His son admitted it.
Well, no, he said it. He goes, my hairdresser does
On
it.
Regis. How annoying was Regis on the Regis and Kathy Lee? My mom watched that that was on my house all the time.
What? Oh, Regis?
And you just hear Regis screaming the whole time with his shitty jokes.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Look at me! I'm painting! Like, shut the fuck up.
I'm doing it. Yeah.
It's weird that Bob Ross was even on the show. He was just like painting on the side while they were like doing other stuff.
Gigantic.
He got huge. But would you agree that his fame was like ironic fame? Like people kind of laughed at him?
Of course.
But there were genuine fans who they would show in this documentary who were like
those genuine fans.
All old women. Who
were
like,
as boring as this documentary
How
was.
dare you shit on this documentary?
Sorry, this documentary is so fucking boring. At one point, I was like, I'm going to take my life. I'm going to take my own life.
Too highbrow for you.
Oh, is that what you call it? This is like watching a church group tell their fucking stories. I was like, please take my life.
You're just like, where are they going to talk about robbing the 7-Eleven like I did as a kid?
I'm waiting for a fucking... I've watched a million documentaries, and I've loved a lot of them. And I've gotten into them. But this, I'm like, how am I going to equate this to my fucking life?
I'm a Bob Ross fan, and I take exception to this.
Obviously. And you're also not a Bob Ross fan because you bought this from those fuckers that...
But I bought this shirt and this before I knew that Bob Ross wasn't getting the money. I got
to be honest, I didn't even notice the shirt until right this second.
What world do you live in?
I am pretty nauseous. I'm pretty nauseous. I was focused on this, and I'm angry that you bought it.
I didn't know. I sent money to Bob's son, Steve, to make up for me purchasing.
Did you? Good. Poor Steve, huh?
Steve's like the main, he's the protagonist. I mean, Bob is obviously, but Steve's like the main information giver here. Because Bob's dead.
Yeah. The claim to fame, though, is that he could do this in 28 minutes, which is really fucking impressive.
But as they explain, so they intro the whole thing with they give you clips of Bob Ross's show, The Joy of Painting.
Yeah.
Which I think if people don't know who he is, they kind of intro with that.
Right.
And then Phil Donahue, they clip. He's like, "This is Bob Ross, the most famous painter in the history of the universe." I'm like, "Fuck Picasso, fuck all those other guys. We got Bob Ross."
Yeah. Here,
Michelangelo, bullshit.
We're gonna celebrate. Look, play it.
There's Phil.
Will never hang in a museum. No. Bob.
Well, maybe it will, but probably not the Smithsonian.
Because why, Bob?
Did he say what?
What are you telling me?
Smithsonian?
Well, I'm trying to teach people a form of art that anybody can do. This is art for anyone who's ever wanted to put a dream on canvas. It's not traditional art, it's not fine art, and I don't try to tell anybody it is.
It's very Bob. I don't know.
Bob was pretty honest.
I don't know if he was trained, but he's very QVC, like how he sells you. Like,
yeah,
he has his pitch down.
Well,
Bob, Phil Donahue, what a fucking idiot. Then he got into like everything that they all got to do. Like here we got transvestite hookers. Like a year later.
He's famous for drawing the most boring picture in life.
Well, it's all the same. You've seen one Bob Ross, you've seen a lot of them.
It's fucking crazy.
A lot of
there
mountains,
was people signing
trees.
up to be like.
But they all wanted to fuck him, most.
Well, because of that voice. I mean, he practiced this voice. I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself.
Steve up top said Steve talks a lot like him.
He does.
He has a lot of mannerisms.
He has some great old photos though that they were showing in the video, and the hair is
Look
tremendous.
at Steve as a young man.
Like
Steve would paint a lot on the show.
If he got a perm on that,
would be Steve and Bob would have the shirts like unbuttoned like to the navel like Dog the Bounty Hunter back in the day. And it was
These
the 70s.
These guys think they're Armand Sant. You shut your shirt.
You think
friend.
Bob and Steve ever had a threesome?
Nobody wants to see that. That's disgusting. I
What?
hope so.
The Ross boys?
Yeah, the Ross boys with their chests out.
Look at that. Sexuality. Untapped.
Oh, it was tapped.
Look at Bob. Oh, fuck yeah.
He looks like the guy who played Dahmer.
Steve looks like
right
a fucking
there.
serial
That's
killer.
Not good.
He's got the
That's
butt
not
cut,
good.
the pervert shades.
And Bob's got the cowboy, whatever that is, with the perm. Did he get a perm in his beard too? Is that?
He did.
That'd be amazing.
You should have seen his pubes. Were very.
He's got the Hasidic
very bushy
curls down the side.
Very bushy pubes. He would have Steve on the show a lot. He was trying to groom Steve, not in the term we use, groom. But he wanted Steve to take over the family business.
Yes, he did. Do you think his afro pubes, messed with his size.
It would mess with
They
his paint.
shrink
He
his-
would sometimes paint with his penis behind closed doors, but the pubes would to get into the paint a little bit.
It's such a great.
Did you get nervous at all when
visual.
the way he holded the easel? It would the paint. Is that what you call it? The easel. I was
Oh,
always
this-
nervous.
Palette, the palette.
There you go.
Palette.
I was always nervous it was going to touch him because he would hold it up like this. It
Oh,
was
you
always,
mean like get the paint on?
It'd always
him?
get very
I'm sure he
close
got
to his
tons of
shirt,
paint
but he
on
was an
him.
old pro.
Yeah.
Did you like how he beat the
I always
devil out
loved
of
how
the?
people did that. Like,
Do you like how he beat the devil out of the brush?
oh my God, that was awful, and that's probably
No.
accurately how he got cancer.
I'm going to beat the devil out of it. And then he would start dying laughing like it was the funniest bit. He did it every show.
But
I
it's-
like Bob Ross, ironically. I'm not like an
Okay,
actual
good.
fan.
Okay, good, because
But I think he's amusing unintentionally.
I like him unironically.
Okay.
he's
That's
ridiculous.
okay. I support that.
I mean,
He's a
he has
talented-
the he's definitely
Yeah,
talented.
he's a talented guy.
It is neat what he does. The fact that he can do all of that in like 28 minutes. By the way, that's a lot of fucking pressure. And
But I
that's
think
what
once
the
he,
show was.
but I think once he like got it down, he got it. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah,
he got
but
it
even
down.
still, it's like. But that's why he called it happy accidents, because even if you make an accident, you can kind of fix it.
Yeah,
And
that's
make
how good Bob
something
was.
cool out of it. Yeah, because he said in one, like in the very beginning when he was filming, like the thing would fall, the paint would, the whole picture would fall off the easel.
Yeah, onto the floor.
And like now you got all the paint just smushed. What do? And he would make lemons out of lemonade.
Look up. Are there
Lemonade out of lemons.
Are there
I said it
people
backwards. I was trying to
Mario
come up
out
with
of
something.
Mario AIDS? Are there people who have Bob Ross painting tattoos and Bob Ross face tattoos?
Shut up, I hate you.
I guarantee there are both, and Rob may be one of them. He pulls up his shirt, on his whole back is Bob Ross's face. Oh, look at those, beauty.
Yes.
These are nice.
Oh, this one looks like it might be both.
Ooh, I like it
into his
coming
fro.
out. Yeah.
That's nice. His squirrel,
What's
pea
that
pod.
one? Oh, yes.
That's a squirrel.
He loved that squirrel.
They would cut away during his show, and he'd be like, "Here's my little friend, Pea
He
pod."
seemed like-
and it'd be in his fro like it was a bird's nest.
He seemed like literally the nicest guy in the world.
He did. He
Like
really
the
did.
nicest guy in the world.
Like I can't even picture him
Oh wow, look
swearing.
at that with the painting in his hair.
Because he's
That's
always like,
killer.
this little rascal, this
And
darn.
now, one lady said he was ornery. And I
His
was like,
director, which I didn't get. What does
oh,
ornery mean? Because she said he would
oh.
make ornery jokes. Does that mean dirty?
Or
Ornery means like
but
angry usually.
But here's the thing. Like I said, this seemed like a Christian group
Yes.
that caught on to something. So to them,
Ornery must have been
that
like,
can mean anything.
hey, that guy's tidy whities, or and they're like,
Whoa,
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 Bob,
hey,
getting
hey,
edgy.
hey.
Come on, slow down. Whoa, look at that back piece.
Wow.
Would you say you found Dr. the Baldino, the hottest man in the world?
After saying that,
you take off his medical jacket, which he wears with no shirt underneath. He takes it off. He's
and
got,
a herringbone chain he had. He
Of
always had the
course.
herringbone going.
He's got the Bob Ross tats. Would you still sleep with him? Or would you take exception to it?
I don't know if I could look at the Bob Ross hats, but Dr. Baldino, that was
Yeah.
a fantasy of mine.
If anybody, you would tolerate it from.
It was on his back though, so.
So it
you
was
wouldn't-
on his
But
back.
say
so
you-
you wouldn't
Oh, so
have to.
maybe I
you don't have to
could.
see it.
Say you
Yeah.
strapped one on for this guy who's probably going to
True.
sue us.
I could ride the front
And you could see
not
his
have
back,
to see
though.
the back.
No, but if he's doggy style.
Does Dr. Baldino chew the gum while he's doing this?
What do you think? He does it in
course.
the office. It's when he's working. It's a yes.
Puts an extra piece in there.
Yeah, he's like, hold on,
puts
let me freshen
A
up.
marble in there. I'm going to be sick.
He chews
I'm gonna
nicotine
be
gum
sick.
during sex.
Maybe it was nicotine gum. I don't know. But he did
Because
chew
he would go out and
loudly.
smoke during these.
Yes.
I'm sure he did in Philly. He's a
It definitely
doctor.
smoked. You could smell it on. It was the sexiest thing ever. I know.
Making me horny just
I
talking
was a
about
child whore. I get it, but I did have fantasies about older men. Could be daddy issues. None of my business.
Did you find Bob? Did you find Bob Ross attractive?
Not at all.
Because some women in this were
Not in the
really
least.
fawning over him, but they were all like elderly women.
Yeah.
And they said Bob was a real flirt.
Oh,
The
yeah.
director was
Well,
like, he'd
because he would
flirt with
talk
me.
Like this.
But they said that wasn't the real manner in which he spoke.
No,
That
they
was a
said he would
persona.
practice talking.
His son said it was like his bedroom voice. And he's like, oh, yeah, he
I'm
was
talking-
trying to be sexy. I was like, that does not come off as sexy at all.
No.
Comes off like somebody in a library.
By the way, if we were having, because at one point he said,
What do you say we fuck?
I'm talking to one person when I,
It's the woman out there I want to fuck.
And I hope it's all of you women.
You know that you probably don't know what this is,
It's
but
terrifying.
Is it ASMR? Is that right, Trent?
Yeah, I know what it is.
That's like what Bob Ross fits
oh
into
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Because all the noises on the he makes with the fucking scraper
People
things.
make a fortune on that shit.
I do it. Here you go.
You should get a really good microphone and just rub shit and chew shit. I've seen girls on TikTok chew shit. They have like millions of followers.
What an era we're living in. They have a lot to unpack when they look back at
People
right
are like,
now.
do you
Like
think
there were wars and stuff.
Is it
and
a great time to be alive?
I don't think so.
Is it?
I don't think that was being facetious or facetious, as you say.
Or
in
it's
Philly.
going. You know what? Fuck you, man.
The intro was Steve saying he wants to get this story out because he's had some hard times in the past, some darkness. Did you like Steve's place?
Steve's place.
They kept showing a pickle jar full of like paint water in Steve's place, which I don't know if that's a good thing.
Steve's place was fine.
And he had a glass jar over an outdoor light bulb. Did you notice that? I was like, what happened to the real fixture?
It was just like, I thought it was artsy at first, and I even rewound it because I was like, wait, is that what I saw? And then I figured it was art.
I didn't take it as art.
You didn't take it as art?
Did you like
this
his,
is a very artsy guy.
He had a chandelier of all high C old drink boxes.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I didn't see that. A bunch of juice boxes that he...
Steve said about... By the way, Steve pretty much only calls him Bob.
Yeah,
he called him Dad a few times, but only Bob. Some people do that when they get older. I don't do that. I don't practice that.
No, I would never do that. My father would knock my teeth out.
He's like, Bob was always a hair guy, and they would show Bob's he had a pompadour at one point.
But Steve could use a perm. He could have really done
Steve,
it.
He's pretty thin.
If he did it now, it'd be killer. It might burn his hair out, but...
Yeah, why doesn't he do it? Then that's when they admit the perm right up front. Did you like Bob's
that's
art?
What I mean. These pictures were glorious.
It's weird
right?
to see him like that.
Look at how
that
funny that
Look at the hair on the woman.
Like that. If I saw that picture, knowing Bob Ross, I go, no, that's not him.
Yeah, it looks nothing like him. Bob Ross, Air Force vet. Hard to believe.
Yeah.
They're like, yell, and he's like, oh, sir, yes, sir. They're like, stop whispering.
I want you to stop doing that.
I'm talking to one drill sergeant right there in the back.
You hear me. I know you hear me.
I'm going to go do
That'd be
painting.
amazing.
They're like, stop fucking painting, you pussy.
He paints the guy's face. Let me paint your face.
He'd be in an airplane, and the one guy would be flying. He'd be in the back
Look at
painting.
that updo. My dad had that.
The pomp?
Yeah.
That looks
My
like
dad
a
had
young
a killer pomp.
Dr.
What was it
Baldino.
called? The tidal wave.
That looks like a flat top
That does
almost.
not look like Dr. Baldino. How dare you? I'm going to find a picture of him.
I bet he
John
smells.
Cougar Mellencamp.
He smells like Baldino. Those cigarettes.
How dare you? There's no way he had jupe on. No way.
What's jupe?
Cologne.
Jupe? It's spelled J-E-W-P-E?
J-O-O-P.
Anti-Semitic?
You don't know jupe?
I've never heard of jupe.
What was the other one that was
Would it come in
popular
like
in Philly?
a pickle jar like Steve Ross?
There was one I hated, and I can't remember the name
Dracar
of it.
Noir?
Dracar drove me nuts. But jupe is good. Look at jupe. That's a good one.
Jupe.
Jupe is...
Jupe, baby. Jupe,
If anybody wants to
jupe,
buy
they
Dice
dupe.
a present, that's his favorite. The one right there with the bottle. See the bottle with the looks like a man?
Oh,
They
I've
have
seen
it-
that bottle.
They have it
that's
for
jupe?
women as well. I think
That's
that
not
has
jupe.
a different name.
That's like Calvin Klein, I think.
No.
Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Jean Paul, yeah.
You brought me the Gaudier.
That's his favorite one. That's at the top.
I love
Yeah.
jupe.
Look at the penis.
It's got a bulge here for the
But
dick.
they have one for women too.
With a camel
I think
toe.
so. That'd be hilarious. That's a missed opportunity.
Did you notice the young pictures of Bob Ross when he had a beard? He looked a lot like Chuck Norris. They kept showing one picture where he looked a lot like a young Chuck Norris.
Look at all these things here. I like that. All right, sorry. I got.
You're getting
upset.
horny. You're thinking of Baldino spraying himself with
No.
ultra male cologne.
This one doesn't smell bad. Jupe's good, but it's old.
They said Bob took this guy. The guy, his art friend, was a real wacky
Oh, yeah.
guy.
Okay, so he goes. He's my best friend. He's really
No, that's the guy Dana, but John was the guy who taught Bob Ross in an art class.
Oh,
And he said
that
Bob
guy.
was like a ringer, and then he said the class would just leave their seats and watch Bob, and he's like, Bob always loved an
He goes,
audience.
I don't want to say that I taught him.
Yeah, because he's like, Bob came in pretty good.
He's like,
Why did he take the class? He just wanted to show off?
Maybe, or maybe he thought he wasn't doing it right. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe
Didn't
he
have the
wanted to
confidence.
get away from his wife.
Pre-perm.
That's pre-perm? No. That's full
I'm saying
perm.
in the class he was pre-perm. He didn't have the confidence yet.
Yeah.
Bobby gets divorced. They have some marital problems.
Did they not cover why he got the perm?
I think Steve wanted that swept under the rug.
No, come on. I want to know, like, what made him. He's like, this tidal wave's
How
not doing it.
often was he getting the perm?
You have to get him every 3 months.
So he's going in every 3 months.
Yeah.
So if I got a perm, I would have a huge fro like that?
Yes, and you have to wait.
I might do it.
You can't wash it for 48 hours.
Damage your hair?
Oh, yeah. Burns the shit out of it. We used to do perms on each other when we were kids. I don't know how I have hair. I got to be honest.
How would you do them? You need that thing that comes down?
No. You piggyback perm.
What's that mean?
So we would get the littlest rods. I did this to my best friend, Melissa, and she had really long hair and really fine straight hair. So she needed a piggyback perm. My hair was already kind of textured, so my rods were bigger. So you just put all the chemical on there, roll it half wet, and put another one in to make it even tighter. Make it even tighter.
Did you go to fucking beautician
Poor
school?
Melissa looked like a poodle when I was done with her. Oh, it was awful. I have great pictures of her.
I might get a perm for a few months.
She had the Brooke Shield eyebrows and the blonde hair I made it really big.
A blonde afro?
Look, see, those are just, some are body waves, some are perms. You know, it just depends on the size of the rod.
You have a lot of hair knowledge.
My sister went to hairdressing school, and that's more of a body wave. It says perm, but it's waves. Yeah.
That's a perm. That's not a perm?
That's a perm. It's loose. It's still loose. That's
Is Howard Stern perm his hair, do you think?
Good question.
A lot of people think his hair is not real because his hairline is not moved an inch over the years.
But when I was in 3rd grade, my sister gave me a body wave because she was going to hairdressing school. So
I was
her. She's 10 years older than me, so I'm basically the dummy, and she did my hair. So for my first Holy Communion, I looked like the biggest dick on the planet with this stupid body wave. Because right before that, I cut the ponytail off because it was giving me a headache in my football helmet.
Of course.
And so my hair was short, so I look like a Karen, they would call a Karen now.
You were young Peppermint Patty.
Peppermint Patty. Look, there's a good one. That's a tease perm.
That's a real hair?
That's tease. She teased the shit out of that to get it that high, for sure.
That picture was taken a week ago. It's not the 80s. Did you like Bob's?
This is a good perm right here because that's more Bob's. She's from Legally Blonde, right? Yeah, because it's. I remember that scene, and I was like, "Yeah, she got her."
Are there people still?
Can't wash your hair right after you get a perm.
Are people still getting perms?
I hope not.
Like dudes?
Well, I'll tell you, in the 80s, it was fashionable.
Yes.
And again, my sister was. That's a good one. My sister was.
Said Vince Vaughn.
My sister was learning, and she had just got her license. So my brothers were like, Johnny and Charlie, maybe 13 and 14, and they would get a perm in the front and then ducktail the back.
Oh, nice.
And then they would comb the front and get a perm in the back.
Beautiful. The hairstyles of the Kerrigans. You may need to bring in some pictures.
We even did it to Rosario, I believe.
Rosario Dawson?
John, my brother Johnny's best friend, Rosario.
That's the first name?
Yeah, Tassione. Come on, man. Hang out with the Italians once in a while. That's good. Those are nice. But the ducktail with the perm and the top, so good because that's a ducktail at the bottom. Well, that's what my dad had. Whatever that was.
Your dad had like a faux hawk?
That's the ducktail in the front. You do it like that. Everything goes forward. How come you don't know anything about hair? See it in the back.
I thought they called it a duck's ass because do you call it a tail? Because it's like the feathers in the back.
That's what it would look like, a ducktail.
It looks like a pussy. It's a hair pussy.
Guys would fuck my brother's head, I guess.
Is this a ducktail or is this the ducktail? Because that's what I thought a ducktail was.
I think they both are.
Oh, okay.
It could be.
It's variations.
Again, this is Philadelphia, so we may have just changed the names of things. And so that guy right there, 1, 2, 3 down, second one in. It's not a cartoon, it's a real head. His looks one over. His looks the most like my brother Johnny would wear it. Yeah.
What do you call it when you put Cheese Whiz in your hair in Philadelphia?
Fun.
Okay.
Enjoyable. So I met these guys from Ireland last night. They were like, he goes, the cheesesteaks were shite. I go, what?
You thought they were shy.
I go, why? He goes, they put cheese whiz. And I go back to Ireland.
Oh, he wanted real cheese.
You can get it with whiz or without.
So he didn't know that.
Yeah. I go, why don't you just get American cheese?
Why don't you just get a potato?
He goes, I just ordered. I go, yeah, you were nervous because they'll hit you if you don't know what you want.
He met some American Irish people.
Me.
Speaking of foreigners, what do you think of Bob's inspiration, that guy William Alexander?
Unbelievable.
Great.
Now that's a voice.
He's German, I think.
Oh, 100%.
He's like Dr. Ruth.
You could see the Nazi
He's like,
symbol.
take your almighty brush. He's screaming everything. Take your almighty brush.
His glasses were tremendous.
Pit the water. Like, geez. And Bob didn't
Bob
like.
watched him and went the other way.
No, but Bob took. Well, that guy made a technique called wet on wet, is what they called it. Which they had an art expert on here say it was called where Eleanor was sleeping. She's like, boring.
Wet on wet.
They called it a la prima, and she said it's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years.
That's awesome looking.
Is this Bill Alexander?
Still boring payment. Like if I went into a house and I saw those paintings, I'd be like, oh my God, who lives here?
I do.
This is definitely a church group or something.
These are beautiful. Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that wave with Bill Alexander.
Here he comes. Is he going to come on and talk? Bill Alexander.
He wears like a
I wrote his name down because I was so happy about him. He woke me up.
A mighty cloud coming over the land.
I was asleep. He woke me up.
And the cloud is lying.
The cloud is
reflecting on the field.
You get the Jews.
And in the background you see the sun.
You get swastika.
And maybe a little bit sun in the front. And everything is firing into the water. It will be a sweet and a nice painting. Okay, how about we fire in?
Fire in, Bill. Jesus, this guy paints with a vengeance.
I was literally like this, and then I was like, oh my God, this guy's great. Who's this guy?
So he brought the wet on wet technique to TV.
Right.
And if you're scoring at home, you use a gesso base, oil paint on top. And so Bob was painting normal style. Then he saw this guy, and he's like, whoa, I need to be doing some wet on wet action.
So Bob's a quick learner, though. Like,
so
he's a watch learner.
So Bob wanted to meet this guy, did meet him. They hit it off. Bob studied him.
Hit it off.
Bob retires from the military, and he becomes a traveling paint salesman / teacher under William Alexander's umbrella.
Yeah. And then the first show, he realizes, I don't have enough fans.
But then the student wants to become the teacher.
Yes.
This isn't part of the doc, but I read this. They had him and this guy had a big falling out.
This guy.
Yes.
I believe it.
So I think he kind of felt Bob
took
his shit.
Like,
took his shit.
I do this.
And it's like that was my deal.
This is what I do, and because of my accent, I'm not going to go as far as you.
Basically a comic, like you stole my act.
Right.
And made it your own.
And I don't do ASMR,
that was
whatever.
Parallel thinking. That was bad. I'm going to beat you with the almighty brush.
Yes, but I'm going to talk like this.
I'm going to dunk your perm in water.
I'm going to beat the devil out of my brush.
I'm going to beat the devil out of my penis. Take your penis out and beat the devil out of it. Just have a little fun.
By the way, that's how I feel like these people were raised. Like, the devil's in your penis.
Devil's inside.
And the devil is in your penis, and you guys should listen.
Get it out.
That penis is filled with devils.
I like that they kept saying that Bob was doing mall demos in the 80s. Yes. I just going into a mall and seeing Bob Ross. You're like, I'm just trying to get into the Gap right behind you, and he's just painting with people around him.
Is it cool if I go into all cotton?
I'm just trying to get the Nathan's hot dogs back here.
There was a store in I think it was the 80s. It was called All Cotton, AUCOTTON.
Like Au Gratin?
But it was basically All Cotton, and we called it All Cotton.
Of course you did.
All cotton.
Yeah, we got into All Cotton or what?
You're like, why is there only one T?
Oh my
God! But
God,
you guys wouldn't put that together anyway. Jesus. Never shocking they made you take an English class.
Never even hit us.
All cotton.
Every single person I grew up with would be like, yeah, we got into All Cotton or what?
All cotton. Oh, boy.
Have good clothes.
Real brain trust.
I wonder why it closed in Philadelphia.
Because no one could pronounce it correctly. They're like, we're tired of selling to these morons. They don't even say our name right.
Let's go to All Cotton. Bob Ross, get out of the way. We're going into All Cotton. What are you doing?
I'm just beating the devil
Can't
out
paint on cotton, Bob. Get out.
They're like, he's painting trees into Philadelphia. They're like, we don't even see any of this shit.
We don't even got trees
paint
here,
some
Bob.
Concrete.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm going to paint a nice little concrete wall.
A little brick wall.
So then Bob meets these people, these evil fucks, the Kowalskis.
Yeah, I hate them.
I
fucking hate
they
you,
saw
Kowalski.
Talent in Bob, Annette Kowalski and her husband, fucking Walter, I think, ex-CIA.
Annette Bobette. It turns out she was Annette Bobette, huh?
He was ex-CIA. The guy was taping his phone calls in the 70s and 80s.
Sicko.
Bob was taping his calls because he learned from these weirdos.
Well, he learned it from them. Bob's a learner.
I learned it from watching you, okay?
And he's a stealer. So he stole that guy, and he's like, I'm going to steal the...
TV painting's a dirty business.
Dirty business.
That's why you got to beat the devil out of your brush.
By the way, if you do watch this documentary, be sure to be hopped up on caffeine because you will fall asleep.
Today's 420 as a recording, which is fitting for this show, this episode.
Oh, we're not supposed to say that.
Happy little trees.
It's not going to come out
420 is the fucking
for a couple weeks.
Worst, by the way.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Why don't we do a cigarette and alcohol day? It's legal now. It's
that
over.
That would make me happy.
Your fun is over. It's not cool anymore.
Yeah, especially here.
It's not cool.
It's California.
Everyone's doing it. Who cares? Boring.
Boring. Like this documentary.
This lady Annette took a class from old Bill German Alexander, learned about his protege Bob. She's like, here's a moneymaker.
Oh, there's Bob. Okay, let me talk to Bob.
Nice to meet you, Annette.
And now I got confused here. She the one, she lost her son?
She lost her son, and I think almost wanted to, like, I don't know if Bob was, like, kind of motivated her to start doing stuff.
Right.
She told her husband, we got to do a business with this guy, basically rake him.
She's like, look, we lost the kid. Let's rob this guy.
Yeah. Blind. Rob him blind.
Fucked up. Let's take his life.
So they say, Bob, you're going on your own. We're your investors. Like, you go out, you teach, and we got your back. We'll do the business.
We'll do all of it. You know what? Move in with us.
You're the face. He does move in.
That's my favorite part.
With his second wife and his son. They move in with these weirdos.
Yeah. Let's move in with these people we just met.
Poor Steve. Why was Steve not with the mother at all?
I know. I don't know. She just disappeared.
Is it just me, or does no person ever look up to their parent more than Steve to Bob? This guy spoke about Bob like he was...
But he also didn't talk to him for a long time.
Well, they had a falling out for a few years.
Yeah, but that's what
Steve
I'm saying.
Says
Steve's got some issues.
Says he's still kicking himself over it. Yeah, he's got big shoes to fill. Bob. Grow up in that shadow.
But he's really good, and Bob kept pushing him like, "Hey, look at my son.
I think he didn't want to.
He
didn't want to be pushed. He wanted to do his own thing. He kept saying, "Nobody does mountains better than my son, Steve." And he's like, "Stop talking about the mountains, Dad. I don't want to do this.
I'm not doing this, Dad." And now he's crying in a cabin with weird light fixtures.
I don't want your life. Varsity Blues, classic plot.
Yes.
So then Bob, they move in. They say a lot of people being interviewed in the doc dropping out. They fear the Kowalskis are sue happy.
Hey, the Kowalskis, if you want to sue us, sue us.
They're like, don't know Eleanor, not us.
Wow, Jeff already got out of it. That's fucked up.
I'm
man.
out.
These people are trash.
I don't have all cotton money. Eleanor does. I didn't invest.
We couldn't afford it a lot, but I did get my 8th grade dance from Old Cotton.
Old Cotton.
I was a huge fan as a kid watching Bob Ross on like a Saturday on PBS, and he has a great painting going, very picturesque, beautiful.
Okay.
And then they show in the documentary his patented move was to put a fucking 3-inch wide black tree trunk like right through the middle, and every time, no matter how many times I saw it, I'd be like, he fucked it up. He's not going to be able to.
That's not a happy accident.
He's not going to be able to come back, and he would always come back from it every time.
It is impressive.
He'd be like, "Now's time to test your metal. Here we go." And he would just go right down the middle. I'm like,
oh shit.
And they said the director hated it because he would do it at like the end of the show. And she'd be like, "We're running."
I learned 2 things. There's only happy accidents and makes my director mad. That's what he said. Something like that.
Yeah, that was it. You know, he introed it. You love the fucking tree right down the middle.
Oh, yeah. But the dimensions it added was so fucking weird. I was like, how'd he do that? He did freak me out a little. Especially because he put it looked like it was 3D. I couldn't think of that for a second. It looked like 3D, like it was coming out of the picture.
It's called dimension, Eleanor.
I liked it.
Learn about painting.
I have dementia. I don't have dementia.
Look, because that painting originally was those mountains. Then he just puts that huge tree trunk right down the middle. You're like, how's he gonna make this look good? And he does.
And it looks like a real picture. By the way,
I don't believe that anyone can do this. Do you?
You mean just anyone?
He says anybody can learn this technique. Like he's like, if you can't even draw a straight line,
Jeff,
I can teach you to
it's
paint.
funny you ask because I brought us some. What if we had?
We need a documentary where me and you try to learn the Bob Ross technique, and we see how we end up. Maybe we're unbelievable artists. And you have the hair. You could become
I
a
have
female.
the Bob Ross hair without the perm.
You
Thanks,
can be a
Bob.
female. Yeah, you're the natural Bob Ross.
But yeah, we can just see if we're good at it, and that could be a Patreon where we we have to paint the picture. I'm sure there's a Bob Ross starter kit. Shit, there's a Van Gogh starter kit.
They brought
somewhere.
back some like young guys doing like Bob Ross inspired stuff.
I mean, I don't want to buy it because the money goes to the Kowalskis.
Yeah, the Kowalskis have fucked Bob
Kowalskis,
Ross.
Kowalskis.
Killer Kowalski. You say
Killer
Kowalski.
Kowalski.
Kowalski?
I like to change it.
Koala?
It's just because I grew up with somebody.
All
that
this
would call
stuff
that.
should be boycotted. I bought this
That's
before.
what I'm saying. He's got two things.
I'm guilty, but I didn't know.
You are guilty. This is disgusting.
No one knew before this documentary.
Maybe you're right.
By the way, there's so much Bob Ross merch. Target carries it. Everyone does.
There's also there was a time Steve was I guess in his backyard or maybe somewhere on a location.
He was homeless.
And he was telling a story about his dad, whatever. And I was like, is he standing in front of a Bob Ross painting? That's how it looked. So perfect. Like I was like, that looks.
They
exactly
love Alaska.
Like a
Bob lived in
Ross.
Alaska for 12 years. He said it was a big inspiration.
Oh yeah, they pay you to live there.
Oh yeah, I love Alaska. PBS picked up Bob's show. That's when he really exploded.
Yes.
Onto the market.
So PBS does hire the nicest people in the world.
I love
My Hero.
I
was
bet
on
they.
PBS.
I bet Bob had darkness behind the scenes.
My Hero was on PBS.
Who's that?
And they did a documentary
Mr.
on him.
Rogers?
Yes. I'm a big Mr. Rogers fan.
Went to my college. I'm a big fan as well.
I'm in the Mr. Rogers fan club.
I am not.
I have Mr. Rogers books, everything. His inspirational quotes.
Do you know how to read them, or you just look at them?
I mean, I changed the words to my own liking. But
Beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Whoa, calm
Whoa,
down, Jeffrey.
Pump the brakes.
Beautiful
What?
day in the neighborhood. In the
Oh.
hood. I would just say, no, I was kidding.
That's how you're.
But the
chapter.
neighborhood, I just thought he was from.
I was pronouncing the G for you
Literally-
racists who are taking this a place where it wasn't meant to go.
I literally thought like he was from another planet.
Mr. Rogers?
Much like the Brady Bunch. That to me was so far-fetched.
I read a book
and
on
so far.
I read the book on Mr. Rogers that they based that Tom Hanks movie where Tom Hanks makes Mr. Rogers sound like Forrest Gump a little bit.
He does.
It's like it's not Mr.
That's not how
Rogers'
he
accent
talked.
at all.
That's
He's
not
like,
what he talked.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Like
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is the one
Ooh,
role
went a
he
little
couldn't
too
master.
far. Went a little too far on that
Mr.
one.
Rogers got him stumped. But it was a journalist, like from the Rolling Stone, went and like interviewed Mr. Rogers, and he ended up changing his life.
Oh,
And so
right.
Mr. Rogers
Okay.
brings him to his swim club. I think it was the YMCA, but there was like a weird YMCA in Pittsburgh where he was from.
He taught me to be nice to people.
It was
Mr.
like
Rogers.
all elderly man, and there was like a naked swim hour.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Rogers gets completely naked in front of the guy, and he's like, I bet you didn't expect that. Like right away. And the guy's like, what the fuck? And then all these just old guys are swimming naked. Mr. Rogers also maintained one weight his whole life, which
Yes.
is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
How do you do that?
139. No, not something crazy
As an
like
adult,
that.
that's
something
impossible.
like 168. Something like almost manly, but not fully. Like somewhere in between.
That's how you describe him.
143. I knew it was weird. It was weird.
How did he do?
143.
He must have been
Most
obsessive.
women would kill for that fucking weight, and he's like, I'm just keeping this.
He must have been obsessive about what he ate. He had to have been.
Well, he probably was in the same, like, the regiment, same thing.
Or
every
unless,
day.
like, he just has an unbelievable like naturally unbelievable metabolism.
Sure. I am gifted with somewhat of a good metabolism, but I can't maintain the same weight. No way.
He must have weighed himself like
Give or
twice
take
a
10
day. What if he was
pounds.
144, like after like he drank a lot of water? He would
wow.
he'd whip
He'd
himself.
be like, oh God, I gotta get back on.
Is this why he was 143? Because it was code
says.
for "I love you" on the
Look
beeper.
at the trolley. He's got the trolley. I'm waving. What's wrong with me? I loved when the trolley would go. Okay, great.
Well, do you
Oh,
meet
if I
up?
hear the ding ding.
Do you meet up with the fan club?
No. My sister Kathleen did it for me as a joke, and I was like,
And you're like, thanks a
excited
lot.
about it.
Did you get anything? You get like a pin?
No, it was. They sent a letter and like a thank you and a whatever.
Prince Friday come over?
Oh no, but how exciting would that be?
Have you ever met Mr. McFeely?
No. But he would be cool to
If
meet.
you send him a Mr.
I would be excited.
You send Mr. McFeely a headshot, he'll send you an autograph.
It's so exciting.
Mr. Rogers was
loved all the
anti-merch.
puppets.
He wouldn't sell merch.
God bless him.
Unlike Jim Henson, who obviously sold a lot of merch for Muppets and Sesame Street, he would not sell.
I'm one of Jim's Muppets. Look at
There's
this.
very few items for sale of Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
But obviously Daniel Tiger, now that he's dead, they're like, oh, let's sell the shit out of this.
Of course. As soon as they die, the greed kicks in.
Yeah.
But he also, Kurt Metzger has a great joke where he's watching the Mr. Rogers documentary. And he's just waiting for the pedophilia to come in and waiting for any of the darkness to come in.
Doesn't.
And he's like, what the fuck? I wasted the whole day.
Mr. Rogers caught his son smoking weed in the house.
Not good.
Uh-oh.
Not good.
Uh-oh.
Not good.
We need to
That's
talk about
this. That's
this.
going to make your weight go up and down.
We need
and
to
you
talk
don't want
about
that.
this. What if he just whipped him like hard? Took his belt off and he lost
His
it.
wife, he was with the same woman.
I
all
saw
the
his wife
years,
play the piano at my
sweetest.
college. I had to take a music class, and they made us go to this like orchestral thing.
Yeah.
She was playing Mr. Rogers front row. But I this was like an old man Mr. Rogers. It wasn't like what I was used to on the TV,
Right,
so it
right,
threw me
right.
for a loop.
But still, I'd be excited. Sweater
I sat on
on,
his lap.
sweater on.
He did have a sweater, even though it was hot and it was
Inside
Florida.
sneakers, shoes, or outside
He changed
shoes.
them when
I
he
had
sat
the
down. He sat down and immediately changed his
Way
shoes.
ahead of his time, changing his shoes in the house. By
Who
the
do you
way.
think's more iconic PBS star, Mr. Rogers or Bob Ross?
100% Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay, thank
What about
God.
LeVar Burton against Mr. Rogers?
Wait a minute. Now you're getting wild, but I'm still going Mr. Rogers.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Bob Ross, like you said, it was ironic. Like, really, as a kid, I was obsessed with Mr. Rogers.
I tried to show Mr.
What
Rogers.
was going on behind me while I was watching Mr. Rogers
Yeah,
was pure chaos.
Sex shows.
Why do you make it sex shows?
Because what you
It was
talk
more about fist fighting, maybe.
I tried to show Mr. Rogers the baby Barb, and she's like, "This sucks. Get this off."
Oh yeah, kids.
It just doesn't
today.
translate. It doesn't.
Kids today are like, no,
Yeah,
we're
this
bored.
sucks.
Because they have too much.
Yeah.
I think of their animation. Think of their. I mean,
just
we had to
there's-
wait Saturday morning
There's
cartoons.
thousands
maybe.
of shows to choose
Yeah.
from.
Now there's adult. Now you can watch Family Guy all day, SpongeBob
She's not
all
watching
day.
Family Guy.
Don't let her watch Family. SpongeBob's pretty risque as
We
well.
watch like Boys in the Hood. We start in the morning.
Perfect.
We listen to some NWA. Then we listen to some punk bands like B-52s. Get going.
You know what? My brother Tommy, if he's listening, he's gonna be so mad at me for not knowing so many things and thought I was this big fan.
Did you take exception that people kept saying that Bob was charismatic? Like, he's super charismatic. I was like, he is?
Yeah.
I never got a charisma
I kept
from
waiting.
him.
By the way, there was no charisma in the whole doc. I was waiting for it.
Steve is a
I was
charismatic
like,
son
what
of
is
a
happening?
bitch.
This is the most boring. These people are the most boring people on the planet.
It's PBS. What do you want to be like?
It
Then we were
doesn't
doing
matter.
coke off of
Like, I'm not saying that. It doesn't matter. There was nothing. Like, even
No
in
drama?
the Mr. Rogers, I didn't watch the Mr. Rogers documentary until I found out he wasn't a pedophile. Because I was like, if they ruined my man.
You don't think you would know if he was a
It doesn't
pedophile?
matter. You know, in documentaries, shit comes out. Like, even with Bob, he got sick, and they were like, we can't let anybody know. It's like,
Well, they
the
didn't.
fuck?
They wanted
They're
to pretend that he
old
was
school
alive.
Hollywood.
It was
Yeah.
like Bruce Lee. They're like, put another guy in there. No
Yeah,
one
hold
knows.
him up, prop him up. They're doing Weekend at Bernie's before it was time.
They had strings on his arms.
Yeah,
It was
like, hey, but and here he
he
is.
was painting through.
Anybody can paint.
He was
It's just
painting
an
through
art.
like serious cancer. He's doing
serious
3
cancer.
shows a day because he wanted to like crank out as many as he could.
No, I thought, oh, this is now it's going to get exciting, and it
What
still
about him?
didn't.
What about him?
It still didn't.
What about him having an affair with old lady Kowalski?
Sure, him rubbing one out on
She was
her,
like, she always looked like a senior citizen.
getting the devil out of his dick
She
and
must have
her
been,
on the
like-
bathroom.
She must have been like 25 years older than him.
100%.
Why did he fuck her?
Why would he admit it?
Ugh.
Because she's like, it didn't happen, and I'm like, even she's like, no, we didn't do it.
Steve said he did admit it because his wife said you're having sex with her, and he's like, I got to admit it.
I got to admit, we are.
She's wild. in
She
the
goes, we
sack.
didn't have an affair. Yeah.
I want you to take
She was
your-
crying. She was the one crying in the bathroom,
I want you
right?
to take your bloomers off.
Was she the one
Yeah,
crying
she
in the
was,
bathroom
smoking
saying,
cigarettes.
Steve's the only one that
Said,
like
Steve,
loves
you're the
her?
only one who loves me. She was trying to get Bob to come back.
And she was trying to get Steve to get him to sign off.
I liked when Bob said on the show, I want you to make love to it here. Very gentle. I got hard as a rock.
You think I'm good at this? Wait till you see my son inside you.
And then he
What?
says,
That got weird. So.
Graze it. Caress it.
Just nibble at it.
But there are women who thought that was sexy, but they all look like this. Like when he would meet people, it was all this lady. They're all like, Bob, come over here. Get up.
Scene Bob's painting, doing something, whatever, and it was in the classroom, and they kind of pan back, and they're behind Bob teaching people.
Yeah.
And he had these Jordache jeans on, like Stonewash, and he had a big pick in the pocket. I was like, way to go, Bob.
He basically had a uniform. He wore the blue button-down. He wore the same thing. He was like a comic. He wore the same outfit.
No, is she dead?
No, it's different.
Oh. No, she's still alive.
Because they're still alive and flourishing.
Yeah, millionaires.
Because Jeff keeps buying shit.
Twice. That's it.
Sickening.
Made a mistake.
So angry at you.
Steve claims that women were ripping Bob's clothes off after workshops. What is he, Michael Jackson? And he goes, people are trying to rip his chest hair out to keep it.
To that insanely boring world, he was a god.
He's sexy to who?
I didn't. By the way, you look at these people and you go, oh, there has to be like only 10 people like that in the world. And then you watch this documentary and you go, oh my God. There's so many fucking boring people in the world.
There are like millions of people into scrapbooking. There are like nowadays there's a niche for everybody.
There literally, other than Bob being able to paint in 28 minutes,
and he said he would fuck in 29. That was his claim.
Being able.
Stop watching that.
I come at 29.
I will not go a minute under, a minute over.
And I have to shoot on my palette.
What if there was a Bob Ross sex tape?
That would be hot.
While he paints
the devil out of it.
Yes.
Until I make titanium white.
It would be a lot. It would be a lot of the same verbiage of the painting shit. Caress it gently.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's a happy accident on your face. Let's get a little cadmium yellow.
I love these happy accidents. Bob.
I'm gonna urinate a little cadmium yellow on you.
Then he takes the thing out and starts cutting your face.
He would say he would always say white, which I liked. He pronounced the
white.
W.
Yeah.
White.
People that I don't know. I feel terrible.
Those were his own paints he was peddling that the Kowalskis started selling. They were all about the selling. He was about the art.
Exactly. And that's like what happened to him, obviously.
Did you like Bob's contemporaries, the Jenkins? The guy had the cowboy hat
and
the woman,
they were great.
Married couple.
They were a great
all
couple.
they painted as flowers.
Yes.
And the guy's like, look, it was the 70s. Everybody was having sex with everyone.
She goes, shush,
his wife's like, all right.
Calm down.
Because he was.
Don't show them we're like that.
You know he was fucking. And she's like, we didn't bring this up?
We didn't do that. Okay. She literally hit him like.
I'd never heard of these people. Have you?
No.
I had no clue who they were. They said they were
Jenkins.
Big.
But
they painted flowers. I don't know the woman's name. Oh, yeah, Catherine with a W. Bizarre.
Whoa. Oh, wow.
Oh, look at that guy. This guy looks like a sea
captain.
That's
the guy who was like, everybody was fucking in the 80s. And
you know he was.
She literally started hitting him like, don't talk like that.
He looks like Paula Dean's old boyfriend, Michael, who she broke up with.
Wow. And
who is a sea captain.
She painted flowers.
You know who stole from her?
Fucking the whore who was sleeping with Bob Ross.
Annette just took this lady's book.
Yeah.
And made it her own book. It just took like every technique she had.
Every single technique and like word for word almost. Now, how are you not able to sue? Like, you know, when somebody steals your script idea, you have to have 7 things that are similar, something along those lines.
Stallone's been sued for that. I apologize, but he's lost them because he does steal scripts.
Okay. No reason to shit on great people.
Well, you want to shit on Bob Ross? You want to bring it into my wheelhouse? I'm going after your heroes.
How dare you? But I have heard that. And
he's been sued a few times.
Yes.
Expendables being one of them.
It's this bullshit of other people bringing stuff to you that they stole.
Yes.
So that's what happened.
She had a picture in one of those like 1970s. I forget what the name was, like that rounded chair that goes up over your head.
Oh yeah.
And then Kowalski does the same exact picture.
Was it Wicker?
It was.
Those are the best.
Look
how handsome he is.
Oh, it's Dr. Blandino. You got fooled.
What if he got a perm?
You look good.
So
they also, the Kowalskis ruined these people, the Jenkinses, deal with Weber Paint.
Yes.
And then they're like, oh, we have a deal with Weber Paint.
I mean,
now.
These people are ruthless. These people are like gangster. There's a sexy.
Well,
that's not a perm. That's just an Italian curl.
The husband
just
was
FYI.
That's a perm, I think.
No, those are great tits. And that is, look at that blue shirt. Is good. He should do a Skims ad in that shirt. It looks like a Kim Kardashian shirt. No, that's
Is that him?
that's just his hair growing out because Frank's hair is curly like that too. That's just curly and styled. That's not permed.
It's perm.
I don't think
Admit
so.
It was sad when Bob was wearing a wig when he had
I
cancer.
will find out, but they both have curly, long hair.
Were you sad when Bob had the wig on when he had
Do
cancer?
you think? Yes, that
was-
did.
that was
That did
saddening.
make me and you could see the difference.
Yeah.
You could like it sucks because again I'm a hair person, and because my sister went to hairdressing school and I'm 10 years younger, so I was just a victim. A puppet. And she did our hair all that's a perm. Marcia had a perm, a bad one too. And so you could see, I could see if somebody's wearing a wig in seconds. They have done great things with wigs, but I could see it
Name
in
one
a second.
person who has a wig who people wouldn't know.
No.
Why
But,
not?
because most of them are speak about it now. I mean,
Somebody
like
who's dead. who has a
Dolly
wig.
Parton wears
has a-
wig. Those are all wigs. Those are all wigs.
That's not surprising. She's
No,
like 90
but
years
that's
old.
no, but her whole life.
She's
they were wigs.
What's her hair look like? A crew cut?
I don't know, but she always wore wig. It's just sometimes it's just easier, and sometimes if you don't have good hair, like if it's thin or whatever, and you want it fuller, it's just a lot.
What are you going to tell me next? That she has fake tits?
No, I would never say
Those are
that.
real and
Those are-
natural at
those are
89 years old.
Those are real, and they're hardening because see, she's open about it. Her favorite wigs. She loves it.
You know she's doing an initiative in
She
California?
should sell them. I think she does.
She's
right?
giving every kid in California under a certain age free books.
Mm-hmm. Sherry Shepherd sells wigs too. Sherry Shepherd's wigs are awesome.
I sell wigs out of the trunk of my car.
And I mean, it's people go through shit and have to wear. My sister had to wear a wig for a while. Oh, look at Sherry, how cute! I love her. But people are like, "How do you get your hair to do so much different things?" And Sherry's just like, "It's just a lot of hard work. It's a wig." And then she started selling wigs because people just don't know.
I don't know.
Just don't get it. And it's hard. So she has some good shit, Sherry. But
You know what a huge lie in this was, I think, is that Steve claims Bob Ross was intentionally not trying his hardest on the show because he wanted Steve to be able to overtake him as a talent.
But here's the thing.
He says he was holding back.
But maybe he did.
So Bob could have been even greater than he already was? Is that possible?
I think he meant later or when he was trying to get Steve involved. Right? And then
I did see a painting where he just did a huge dick on it.
Because Steve.
In this, as a cloud.
The devil.
Let's beat the devil.
It says ride the devil. I mean, get the devil out.
Let's beat the devil.
Wait, so here's the thing.
Steve, you didn't have a wet dream. That's a happy little
You made me forget my thought. I got confused. Jeffrey.
How you doing, Dr. Blandino? I'm here to see you.
But
I'm going to paint you touching this woman's breast.
Steve was really good.
Steve's
really
great.
Good.
Yeah.
Really good.
He still paints. He went into a deep funk and it brought him out of the depression.
But this is what I mean. He's got these issues, and like him getting mad at his dad, not talking to his dad all that time. Maybe he could have prevented this had he stayed involved because he didn't know the uncle.
So Bob's on his deathbed. The Kowalskis are saying sign these papers. They were
claiming trying to get Steve to get him in there.
They were claiming it was no, this is just for like a memorial in your honor. But it was really that we want to take over your
really
estate.
Terrible people.
And
Seriously,
own the rights to your name. This guy's on his deathbed. And he's like, my dad never screamed. I could hear him screaming. This guy's dying.
And he's screaming.
Screaming like, get the fuck out. Imagine you just heard Bob Ross, get the fuck out of here.
If you might want to look into it, the son probably killed himself because these people are terrible.
No, the son's alive.
No.
He had a heart attack.
Their
son. Oh, their son.
Oh.
Their son.
Their son. Wait, Steve had a heart attack?
Yeah, but he's okay.
Oh.
Steve,
I got nervous.
You got to eat better.
December 2022, he had a heart attack.
Probably because of all the stress, but he does seem like he suffers from depression or something where, and he's also very stubborn. So him not talking to his dad for a long period of time. I understand getting mad. I get mad at my family all the time.
Now he's teaching classes, keeping on the family name.
But maybe if he was in when he looked like that, Theo Von with a mustache.
That's where Theo Von drew his inspiration. From Steve Ross.
Theo Von stole Steve's look.
His persona.
And he was like, listen.
So then Steve sues the Kowalskis because he's trying to use the family name to go out on his own.
Right. And it's
then
his name.
He finds out basically during his deposition, they hand him paperwork. And he's like, wait, what's this? and Bob's shitty stepbrother. Not even.
But Bob was close.
He was close. This
him.
guy Jimmy, he fucking sold it away.
Out. I wonder what he
Signed
got
it.
for it.
Probably got a lot of money.
Because they didn't say.
Steve hasn't seen a dime of any of this shit.
Oh, that's another shitty move on you.
Nothing.
Jim.
On
Jim
this,
C.
During the
what was it?
Jimmy Cox.
Jimmy C.
During
Jimmy
the deposition, they were like, how would you describe your relationship with your uncle? And he's like, shaky. He's like, never thought. Now that I think about it, yeah, it's always been shaky.
Yep.
Never got along with him.
But he wasn't in any of the videos. They weren't talking about him. They did it only early on. So I didn't expect that he was named in it and then that he would sign over. So
this guy had nothing.
That was the only like hard right they took where I was like, oh wow.
This guy had nothing to do with any of this, and he's probably living in a sweet
exactly.
bag.
He wasn't a painter. He wasn't anything. I don't know what kind, like if he had kids or whatever, like why he would need all this money.
Knows anything. Very mysterious. And the Kowalskis claim there was never an affair and there was never any falling out. They said they always were good with Bob.
What was the couple's name with the flowers?
The Jenkins.
So she goes, it was like on the set, it was like walking on eggs. And I was like, is she from Philly? Because she said that wrong.
Eggshells, eggs, same thing.
Eggs.
Look at Bob. Look at
Eggs
how
are
happy
pretty
Bob
soft
is.
and squishy.
Look at Bob on that playground equipment.
Right.
How do you not love this guy?
There he is. That's the
Look at him.
That's the quirky picture they used. He goes, Bob was wild, quirky, and that was it.
He was wacky. He get real crazy.
He wore no pocket protector with those pens. Those pens were just in there.
I love
Crazy.
that the Jenkins were like, we used special badger hair paintbrushes. And basically the Kowalskis like had them get banned or something.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
But then they were using them.
Yeah,
and selling them.
Animals, you are.
The guy was
using
CIA J. Edgar Hoover connections to fuck with these people.
That's crazy. Who would think somebody that boring had connections?
A CIA guy would be in the TV
he
paint
was
world.
CIA. Yeah.
Has anyone in
That's
here
right, I forgot.
seen this Owen Wilson movie where he's playing Bob
Ross?
but
can't wait.
But it's not the name.
Because I wonder.
I think they're probably trying to
like
fuck BRI. They might give money to Steve Ross.
Good. I hope they do.
I don't know, but it's like, hey, this is Paul. I don't know the guy's name, but it's like this is Paul Thompson. But he talks exactly. He has a fro.
Oh,
like
Owen Wilson is perfect.
It's
for
the
that
exact
role with the whisper.
It's the exact thing, but they're not doing it as Bob Ross. Like, look at this. Carl Nargol. Well, that's another close one.
I'm really excited. If they give all the money to Steve and his family.
Like, look, how is this not? He's doing landscapes.
But all the way, already, just in that, looking at that picture, not hearing him speak, he has 1,000 times more charisma.
According to this website, it says it's a regressive flop. Wow.
Really?
How dare you?
That sucks.
Doesn't it take place like in modern day though? Like
I think it does.
It's not
yeah.
like a period piece.
No, but
I could see it being a flop because the documentary was so fucking boring. I'm not kidding. Even if you like, what?
I liked it. I thought it went by pretty quickly. You were dying.
I had
enjoyed
toothpicks in my eyes, and until that German guy started yelling, I didn't wake up. And I was like, oh.
It's a bad time to tell you I bought you some Bob Ross paintings on eBay.
Well, we're going to do them anyway. So.
They had a guy in the Netherlands who was like running some sort of Bob Ross enterprise. He said he saw people illegally signing Bob Ross's name after his death.
That's fucked up too.
So there are fake. There are people out there who own fake ones. Look up on eBay. What's a Bob Ross painting go for? I'm going to say $50.
But an authentic.
I'm saying
handed
$50.
It to me.
There's a lot of them out there.
Well, now because they oversaturated the market,
yeah, the
so I hope.
Whoa,
Jeff! I see a higher number.
It's 87. So I think it depends on what it is.
Wow, 65. All right.
That's the one I got you. There's one for 50.
Well, I'm going to say this. Don't anybody buy any of this.
Yeah, don't buy Bob Ross merch.
The wrong people.
Go to Eleanor's brother, Tommy.
He's
going to make you a Bob
Ross. By the way,
Ross.
Tommy is my smartest brother, the most educated.
Bar's low
literally
there.
went to graduate school. Like
Whoa.
Smart, like
Whoa.
the dick.
He didn't attend graduate school, but he went to one.
No, he would walk by it. No,
he worked there.
He was
brilliant. Goodwill Tommy.
And he's an amazing artist. So I'm going to ask him about this. I'm going to make him watch this Bob Ross.
Isn't it true that he was the janitor at the graduate school and he would draw stuff on the board and they'd be like, who's doing this?
Tommy was so like different from all of us. It's weird because he's the first of the 10 children.
Why is he reading that book?
Exactly. We were like, what the fuck's wrong with him? Like, it just trickled down. It got fucked up when it got lower.
Yeah.
And then
your dad had his best sperm first.
Exactly.
And
It all
the
came
leftover
out.
stuff.
It all came out.
He was beating the devil out of it.
And he really did beat the devil out of it. But Tommy, he was like something as simple as doing a paper out. He won a trip to Disneyland because he was just so good at things. Like, he was so.
What was his innovation?
I have no fucking idea.
He didn't tell you?
No.
Did he have a bike?
I guess.
Was he like?
I wasn't born. And he got to go to Disneyland.
Did he have other guys working under him?
Maybe I was, because when he went, he was like 12. So I might have been like a newborn. So he went to Disneyland.
Did he go alone?
Yes.
No, not even
My
your
mother
parents?
let him go to Disneyland.
Without them?
No parents.
Who was that? It was like a paperweight
Everybody
convention?
else who went.
But who was supervising?
I'm going to assume.
Some molester?
Whoever.
This may not even be a real competition. It's like, hey, come on to Disneyland, everybody.
We call Tommy, see if he's home? I don't know. He
Just
might
a
be at work.
hotel with some creepy guy.
Yeah, come on down. Or we
Jeez.
could call my mom and be like, why would you let an 11 or 12-year-old go alone?
Where did he stay?
Honey,
Sounds
I
like
had
Home
so
Alone.
many kids. I
She
don't know where he was.
Hoping to lose one. She's like, don't be afraid to stay down there and start a new life.
Jeff, according to this, it's nearly impossible to buy an original Bob Ross
Whoa,
painting.
so that-
All those ones on eBay are Bob Ross style.
So this is, so that would mean it was expensive.
Oh.
Wow. I
Good.
stand
Somebody
corrected.
put the kibosh on it, I
The
hope.
kebab.
But I hope it wasn't the Kowalskis.
Fuck the Kowalskis. If you're watching Kowalskis, you dirty piece of shit. How dare you
Kowalski.
do this to Bob and Steve Ross? Just because Annette fucked him and she was jilted. And Walter, was jealous.
Yes.
He was
I
jealous.
keep saying his name wrong so that when we get sued, they only go after Jeff because he says the name right.
You know what? Now you can come after me, Kowalskis, because I hate you. I'll see you in court. No, I won't. Don't come after me. That's a joke.
So what would you? So you would recommend this documentary?
I thought it was good. If you like Bob Ross, I thought it was entertaining.
Have you watched it, Rob?
Yeah.
And
He liked it.
I liked it, but I like just watching Bob Ross
Yeah,
paint
see?
more than documentary.
right, more than that, right?
Yeah,
so
I'd
I
rather
think
just watch
that
an
would be
episode
more
of the Joy of
exciting.
Painting. Yeah.
Exactly.
They did a Joy of Painting marathon, I think, on Twitch, of like just straight through.
Really?
Yeah.
You're lying.
I'm serious.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that happened during
Um,
the beginning of lockdown.
And
Oh,
I
right?
Alex is
think
saying
they
yes.
did Mr. Rogers too, I think. Straight through, all the way. You see Mr. Rogers the time he met that kid in the wheelchair when kids like that weren't on TV?
Now you're playing with me.
No, that's real.
What?
This is real.
And it's on Twitch?
Yeah, it was.
What?
They did it all the way through every Mr. Rogers episode ever.
Did
All
they
the
end
way.
it with Eddie Murphy at least?
That they did it midway through to see if people were paying attention.
So good, Eddie Murphy. It even made me laugh, and I'm a big
Mr.
Robbins fan.
Robinson's. What's this video clip you got today?
Let's see if we can play this video clip because this is something I hadn't seen. It's going to be a familiar face.
Okay.
Faces to
This
you.
one?
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
Have you never seen this?
I have not. Ooh, I see the name.
Okay. So that's Don Barris. That's a familiar face.
Oh, the Band-Aid on the knee. Haunting. Brody
The great
Stevens?
Brody Stevens.
Where did you get this?
Baby, I got a gun.
Oh.
You know it's true. It's true.
Look.
It's true. Let me shoot you with my gun.
This is haunting.
So I-
Oh, Dick Shot. Schizo Surfer, the Ding Dong Show members.
These are all Ding Dong Show
Those are
members.
Ding Dong Show All Stars.
Tennessee, overlooking the, looks like the 10 freeway.
Don't you believe this could be in a Quentin Tarantino movie?
I believe Tennessee has killed people.
Let me
what I
shoot
believe.
you with my gun.
There he is at the tar pits. Tennessee, Schizo just looked like he came right there.
We're going to hell.
This is
We're
haunting
going.
me. This is
We need a documentary on them, on the making of this video. What was going on?
Where'd Brody go? He's gone.
Were there any problems with the costumes, or were they happy with it?
I'll do one scene, Don.
I mean, the beat's not bad.
Tennessee is skinny fat, which I never imagined. But he is like 80 years old. Legit.
Yeah.
He's old.
If this isn't in the next Quentin Tarantino movie, I don't know. I won't
Kind of
watch.
looks like Quentin Tarantino.
A little bit.
I love his Ric Flair hair, even at this age.
So good.
Let me shoot you with my gun.
Here he is in a dollar store. Look at the plungers. Testing it with his hand. You always want to touch them, just in case they've been used by the
He's
staff.
getting the shit out of his hand.
I'm flying.
Look at that body, hairless.
Ugh.
And I know why.
And this is old-ish.
The Tennessee and Don, I don't think get along anymore, do they?
No, he was up there the
Oh,
other
he was
night.
up there?
Let
Okay.
me shoot you with my gun.
Look at the wind.
That was a fan. Drinking some champagne.
Those are definitely Comedy Store glasses.
Yes,
so.
I can tell that. I can tell that they are there.
That's called.
I can see that they're at the Ding Dong Show. You see Don's face in the back as the painting. It's Sunset Boulevard. There's Tennessee's dick again in green bikini briefs. Tennessee
lettuce.
touching lettuce, which I would not buy after even though it's wrapped.
Let me shoot you with my gun.
Look at this. Fuck. Where'd you find this?
It's like
This is going to give me nightmares.
I couldn't breathe for an hour
This is
afterwards.
nightmarish.
I was like, this is the most uncomfortable thing ever.
Another comic. Oh, Schizo. Look at that. Vacant. Oh, man. What is happening? Where'd you find that?
So Don Barris
That's
played
on
it.
Simply Don, the podcast
Simply
network.
Don, the podcast
Check it
network.
out.
It's on
Don.
his website.
See the Ding Dong Show every Monday at 10 p.m. The Belly Room. We give him a little plug
There you go. Well, Don was co-hosting with me.
at the Comedy Store
And
podcast.
he says that Schizo has been calling, yelling at him, where is my money?
Oh, he wants royalties
Royalties.
for
Where's
shoot you with my
money?
gun.
Not Schizo, Ernie or whatever.
Tennessee, Tim and Eric have used him in some stuff.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
talent.
He
After
wants to
Don, by the
know
way. Don, I don't know. Don, I don't know where he found him.
How, now they up to 2K views because of me?
Tennessee, a friend of mine who's a comic went to Disney. I actually went this past week. This guy that went a while ago.
Okay.
He sends me a picture. It's the carousel at Disney, which is I had never been to Disneyland.
Okay.
I've only been to Disney World in Florida. But the carousel's like
Bougie.
pretty close to where you walk in. And Tennessee's just sitting there staring into the carousel by himself. Very frightening.
Oh, man.
Very alarming. I said, have you told security? He's like, I lost him in the crowd. And I was like, oh, some children are going to be hurt today.
That blood is on your hands.
Just walking around, gonna shoot you with my gun.
I learned how to talk from Bob Ross.
He also claims he can control the weather. Was
Yes,
a big thing
I-
of his.
I asked him if he could straighten my hair, get some dry weather out there.
can do about it, Eleanor.
Your hair does look better straight.
Sometimes the screaming of the women
I'm not super straight, but
And then another a comic friend of mine said he knew a female comic who's like, oh, she was talking about playing pool in Tennessee. He's like,
how dare you? That was me.
that wasn't you.
Oh wait,
I think
who?
it's somebody else.
Oh, you know why? You maybe
Did he do this to you?
No, here's what
Okay.
happened. Somebody told you guys, and Ryan
Yes.
said, O'Neill said,
Oh, he set up
one night we were out in
Got
the
it, got
parking
it,
lot,
got it.
and
Okay.
and Tennessee was there, and he
makes
goes,
sense.
Eleanor loves pool, and he's like, do you? And he just zoomed in. I was like,
So
what
he
the
said to
fuck
this
are you
female
doing?
comic,
I didn't know.
he's like, you like playing pool? And she's like, yeah, I do. He's like, would you meet me at this pool hall? And she's like, I don't know. And then he's like, well, here's the address. And he's like, blah, 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 apartment 6. So creepy.
So I guess
That is
you
the
and O'Neill heard that, and then he
creepiest
threw it
invite.
on
I heard
me.
that from O'Neill,
Okay.
secondhand story.
He threw it on me, and I was like, you
So
motherfucker.
did you get invited to the pool hall?
Absolutely. And the apartment number, the whole thing.
Mainly pocket pool, but we got a table too.
I got
No way, he has a pool table in
got
his
a
apartment.
stick, though.
Imagine if you walk in, he has like a super nice pool table, and he's like unreal. He's Rogan level good at pool.
It's up the Hollywood sign. It's the windows
Yeah, he has like
go
a
around.
mansion.
You're
You're like, Tennessee.
Why would you get this? Is this from the royalties from Let Me Shoot You With My Gun?
Let you shoot you with my gun.
Is that what the name of it was? All right.
Yeah.
He used to do, I
We
believe.
need a doc on how that was made.
He used to do I Believe I Can Fly in the Ding Dong Show.
Canceled them.
And he would be like, I can fly? I can fly. It was great. Immense talent over the years. And I saw a Don Barris Ding Dong Show documentary that never aired. I'm like one of the few people who've seen it in the world.
Yeah. That's, you got a lot of great memories.
A lot going for me.
No wonder you like Bob Ross. What is this? Is there another one?
Yeah, let's look at this. This guy is another guy I liked as a kid who I think was clearly inspired by Bob Ross. This was
okay. So
local. I don't know if he's local, but he's like a public television guy who
Emmy
did drawing.
Award.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, what?
Look at this guy, Mark Kistler. They're giving his credentials. He was on the Draw Squad. He was on the Imagination Station, which is where I saw him as I was in high school, laughing at him.
26.
Wait till you see the clip.
Oh man.
He's got
Leave
a
it draw. Do it.
Tom Selleck mustache, huge red suspenders. Count them down, kids. Live studio audience. Look at this old school.
Shut the fuck up. I'm a little bit in shock right now.
Ready to draw? Everybody say art attack.
Heart attack?
This guy looks like he had a heart attack.
Yeah.
And your imagination, you have a blank piece of paper. Whoa.
I never imagined.
This guy's great. I used to die laughing at this in high school. I'd watch it all the time. My friends were like, why are you watching this
jump
shit?
in because I was like, yeah. I'm going, Mama!
Shut the fuck up.
This is 420 watching.
I love this fucking guy. I can't
Oh
get enough
yeah,
of this
this is
guy.
you watch this in the wall and you got a good 420.
Ni hao, merhaba, terave, salam, privyet, prego, bonjour, mamie. That means hello, friends in France. Welcome back to the Imagination Station. We're here to celebrate art, especially drawing. Oh, you wild, rowdy bundles of
suspenders are
potential. You guys
great.
ready to draw?
Fucking, they're really fighting to hold those pants up. They're
What is
thick.
it? It's creating
Wow.
the illusion of
I do
depth and thought.
get excited when people
No
can draw well.
sushi. Eat chicken.
Oh boy. One kid laughed. One kid.
That was Jeff.
Only Carson. No, I'd be in high school like in the
Has anybody
back.
said that? Look at in just a
Now
few
look at that
minutes,
little girl with the
you're learning
perm.
how to control that shape. Look at your mom and say, "Good job." How do you create an illusion?
He's
How do
bombing.
you
He's
make something
bombing
look like
hard.
it's
He's
alive,
silent.
like
Why
it's
does he have
alive,
lava
like
lamps on the
living that
floor?
page? Well, I'm going
Oh,
to give
yeah,
you these
he
skills.
does like space shuttle thing.
Look at this fucking guy, Mark.
He's big on sharks or fish.
Sea life.
Sea life.
There's a lot of like sci-fi shit. That was
that is
on one of
pretty
his
fucking
shows
cool, though.
when he dressed up as the
Be
space
the
guy.
lizard. And
No.
You guys look even funnier than I do. That's awesome. There's
He
a
is
science
bombing
to it. Anyone
hard.
can learn how to
Olive
draw.
bears.
There's a certain point right in your drawing, every one of them, there's a certain point where your drawing pops from flat to 3D.
What if there's just one picture of him
What's
naked
called
and he
the
goes,
12
oh, sorry,
fast
wrong
words. You see,
pad.
size really teaches you how to draw things larger as they come at it. You'll get larger
his
as they come
wiener.
towards you. Size, very good
Size
word.
matters.
Size. Objects drawn larger make them appear much closer. Objects drawn
That's
smaller
toilet paper that they're
make them
showing?
That's what I was gonna
far
say.
away.
I think they're marshmallows.
Size.
Oh.
Oh.
This guy is great. What's this?
Well,
What the
check it out.
fuck?
It's time to leave the art studio.
Oh, I'm going under his
and visit
legs.
some
Oh,
of
no,
the
to the side.
famous museums in America. It's time for the Masters Gallery. Now here we
Now
got
that's not a
really
Bob
shows
Ross
these
painting.
titles.
All over
A
the place.
Sunday
Oh, yeah,
afternoon
no
on the
organization.
Grande Jatte
This guy won an
by one
Emmy.
of my favorite artists, Georges Seurat.
George
Really
Seurat.
great student drawings. These were sent
Boy, you
from
kids could
from
draw this,
all
I'm
over
sure
the
of it.
country. I love getting mail.
He looks like Bobby Moynihan.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
He plays this. Bobby Moynihan plays this guy in the sequel to the
Yeah,
Owen
he
Wilson
should.
movie.
There you go.
That's not bad.
Rival him. Rival it.
Guy's a Disney and Simpsons animator. How do you get this guy?
Here. Whoa!
This guy's like, stop with the
And,
shtick,
look,
dude.
mine's a Picasso.
Here, he's a sneaky guy. He's like,
I'm watching this to
you
try to
guys.
get good at
That's all. Let's do
Pictionary.
it again. Oh, I just hope that inspires you to fill up all your sketchbooks with tons of drawings. Draw 5 hours a day.
I love this
Remember
guy.
the 3Ds of drawing. Dream it, drop, do it. I'll see you back here on the Imagination Station. Thank you guys for coming. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
And they're gonna have bloopers. Takes his shirt off and he has nipple tassels.
Where the kids are like, I want to go home.
This guy won an Emmy. I saw a video of him begging school administrators, like, let me come to your school. I want to do an assembly. I was like,
wait, he's in real time? Like
I think so. It was more recent.
Oh my
He's like,
God.
I can do it via Zoom. I can come in person. You know, whatever you want to do.
I mean, he's not good. He's good.
He's good at drawing.
It's just, I mean, yeah, he's an odd character.
Yeah, he just does a lot of shtick.
It's very shticky. Oh, there he is
Look
now.
at this guy. What a talent.
Wow, look what he grew into.
Mark
He's pretty much
Kissler.
stayed the same.
Would you date this guy? You were thinking about it? I thought that was going to be a hard no.
No.
I think you thought about it.
Definitely a hard no. I
You
just
thought
wanted to
about
take
it.
a minute and think, oh, let me look. That's how desperate I am. I'm like, let me look.
He's wacky.
Let me really
This
take
guy's
it in.
wacky. He's out there.
At this
September
point, I date
2001.
Bob Ross with the wig. You know,
With the
it's
hair?
getting now it's getting to the point where you start settling. You're
This-
like, oh yeah, let me
This guy's
see.
shtick is the mustache. Is his go-to.
Yeah, I don't know. I
You
think
could have art attacks with him. He could teach you to draw.
I was like, how do you know I have heart disease?
No, art attack.
I'm kidding.
Let's have an art attack.
Let's have a heart attack, and we both die of heart attacks for real.
While you're making love to each other.
Yes, because his animation while making love, he's like, look at me, I'm coming out of the wall. And you're like, whoa.
He comes through
He's
your
like,
wall like the Kool-Aid man?
Play the lizard, pet the lizard. I'm like, all right.
He's like, look, this kid's watching you. You're like,
Here
why
comes
is,
the snake, and
why-
he's just hitting me with his dick.
Why is there a live studio audience here? Of
But
children.
his cock has the mustache, the same. Like
Oh.
Bob has the afro, his has the mustache.
Not
over
bad,
it.
not bad at all.
I kind of like the mutton chops.
Tennessee to this guy.
We got a little
It's
dirty.
a real
I
creepy.
apologize.
It's a real creepy undertone to today's show.
Yeah, this is real creepy. We
Yeah.
surpassed the time. Whoops. Well, we should see a documentary on that guy.
We should.
Monahan could play him.
In a documentary. I don't know if that's how it works.
No, in a what do you call it?
A movie.
Movie.
A film.
Like the film. My brain went that way. Owen Wilson is what I was thinking.
It'll be called All Cotton.
All Cotton. Guys, check out All Cotton. It's I don't know if it's still there, and but yeah, that's hilarious. That's frightening. Mark Kissler. Kissler. Is that how you say it?
You want to kiss the Kissler?
Bob Ross. So you're saying up. I'm saying down.
I say up.
Rob says up. Alex, you say up, down. Didn't see it. You're good.
You should.
There's a documentary about Mark Kissler.
There is?
Wow.
Whoa, I
The
gotta see
Cities
it.
of Mark Kissler.
Uh-oh.
Where do I find this?
The untold story. The prolific artist.
Says
behind
he
the
was on
beloved
PBS
80s
alongside
and
Mr. Rogers,
90s.
Bob Ross, and Reading Rainbow. Man, I gotta see this.
Ooh.
I gotta see this.
Ooh. Sorry. We'll do that next time. Right now, let's wrap it up.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
Thank you guys. Like, subscribe, do all that. Let's get going.
Socials.
Oh, socials. We
Get
have to
the
do
devil.
socials.
Get the devil out.
Listen, get the devil out. Beat the devil out and go. Check out us on our social media. I have a
Check out us.
check us out. I'm not tired or I gotta pee. I
Go
don't
back
know.
to your standard
I have to
class.
tinkle. So my American Standard English says my social is Eleanor Kerrigan. EleanorJKerrigan.com is my website, but also EJ Kerrigan on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of it. I don't know why it says EJ Kerrigan. That's just how they set it up.
At
That-
Twitter,
That's my picture on that pillow there.
you can
How
find
exciting.
me on Twitter at the Jeff Danis.
Jeff Danis.
And if you want to email me, you can email danishthemayor@gmail.com.
Oh, please email him.
And I will
things.
respond.
Email him things. That's very exciting.
Please. Old fashioned.
I'm not
If you want
giving
to write
my
me
email.
letters, my
Send it to
address is
Jeff.
Eleanor's address.
You could do it on my website. I'll get it on my website.
What do you mean?
They can email me on my
actual mail.
website.
Actual mail.
Oh, yeah.
Give out your hard address.
Okay, thank you guys. That's for Kissler only, or whatever his name is.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.